Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, heroes like defender of the fatherland, your king of kings, your lord and master. Off here to a 1v1 and family approach in north of the Ashablois, fighting here for America, freedom, democracy, rolling out with the 5th Armored Division here with heavy cavalry, airborne, which is straight chosen here with pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, anti-tank guns and P-47s with ambulance and double infantry. From the south, it is SturmtigerGiap fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. The 15th Panzergrenadier Division here with fortified armoured German infantry and mechanized with infantry and Panzerfaust there. Also, very big thanks to Jakob. Not 100% sure how to pronounce that one, but alright, big thanks to him for pledging on Patreon and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. And joining the company here so this supports me on a monthly basis. A big thanks to him, and of course everyone else is doing that. You too can join the ranks by pledging as well on Patreon. You can also just donate, links in the description. As you know, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Up north here, we've got Rearson grabbing the point here. We've got ponies advancing in the centre and the south, machine gun moving forwards here for Giap. Riflemen, pathfinders out here for Ashablois, using the pathfinders, of course, to push timings aggressively, but also bleed out the Germans. And up north here, Rearson's there, going for the northern fuel point here. So very aggressive push here by both sides. Giap here moving the machine into the building here to cut up the fuel point here. Ralph's going to get caught here in the arc of fire. We'll have to get out of there. There we go. Getting shot at. Goddamn Germans shooting at us. What kind of thing is this? It's Cold War, Sergeant. Oh, right. Pathfinders, ponies, bit of barbed wire here, but not enough, of course, to stop the Pathfinders. Here, Grenadiers was in a bit of a stand-up for the Rearson enough, or perhaps sensing they could support the centre here. We'll have to see what Giap actually does. There are options here versus Ashablois. Second Grenadier squad arriving. As for Ashablois, second Ralph squad almost done. Might see tech after that. Could theoretically see more Pathfinders. Some players go for one. Most of the time tend to go for two Pathfinder squads. But we shall see, of course, what Ashablois' grand plan here is. What schemes they might be scheming for. And there we go. Grenadiers swinging up behind Ashablois here, making it look like they're withdrawing, but actually going for the northern fuel point after all. Cheeky play here, but Giap. Ashablois in form. There we go, back off the center as well here. MD42 has repositioned the south, so it looks like they're trying to bait Ashablois into some position there. Not a bad play there by Giap. Third Grenadier squad on the way there. Ashablois, well, saving up for something. Either Ralph squad or the Pathfinders. They could go for Lieutenant already now. Some players go for Fast Lieutenants, but looks like Ashablois not playing in that one. Grenadiers vs. Ralph squad Rearsons there, backing off again. Perhaps hoping to bait them out of the heavy cover there. Again, lots of mind games here from both sides. And we do get Lieutenant after all here for Ashablois. Platoon command post being activated. Giap can take up next, though he is being slightly delayed here due to the lack of a fuel point here. More troops like Norfolk's Pathfinders, Ralph coming in here, catching Giap's swords off guard. He could surround them. There we go. Good play by Ashablois. Giap grabs the southern fuel point. He may find himself quickly routed here. Grenadiers being shot to bits. The Pathfinders doing what they can here with M1 carbines and the scope spring rifles. There we go. Grenadier squad wiped out. A good kill here for Ashablois in the early game versus Giap. Good maneuvering there, sensing a mistake there by Giap. Ashablois took it and just punched Giap in the face. No tech yet for Giap, replacing the lost Grenadier squad here. And now, of course, the car point needs to be defended. He missed the getting the southern fuel point here. So sweep up north here. And I mean, the best thing about this for Ashablois was they really didn't suffer like any major losses. They got a wipe for like maybe a few Rearsons in the rifle squad. That is huge and just again highlights just the power of good maneuvering there. Also just how powerful rifle squads are with Pathfinders. And again, they do pack more firepower than the average Grenadier squad. And really also just highlights for the MD42 you actually need to support your Grenadiers a lot of the time. But there you go, Ralph squad flanking in here, Grenadiers moving in there. Grenadier squad they were down to less than half health. Ralph squad being shot to bits, pushed off the car point. Narrow save there for Giap. There you go, pushing again. Once to go into the point neutral, once to deny Giap fuel and resources. Pioneers for the flamethrower, we got Lieutenant moving in here. Probably going to see a Mechanized command post next. But we could also see 50 cal first. Nope, it is the Mechanized command post here for Ashablois. Pathfinders routed. Going back the car point, Grenadier squad probably needs to be retreated here, but it hasn't been fully enforced. Lieutenant swing for that fuel point. Giap still is to go for Doctrine. Tech slowly arriving there for Giap, so that'll be a bit later there. Ashablois could the rest rush out here. The M20 versus Giap could also go for the Sword Light Tank, which of course is the safer, more standard choice, but some players, okay, Giap's going for full Grenadiers. Might be here German infantry then, and veteran squad leaders would certainly make a lot of sense here for Giap if he were to commit to that then. Otherwise, full Grenadiers actually might be a bit much when you probably didn't want some Panzer Grenadiers instead. More to here for Ashablois. Excellent choice there. Good bit of artillery support, which can also provide smoke screens. And makes it harder for Giap to use the MD42 in a sort of laid-back manner. Thumbs up, that's Ashablois. And of course, also just good force composition. All they really need now is a 50 cal, and they think they got a pretty good spread there. Going for northern field point here, looking to catch Ashablois off guard there. Giap swiftly repositions. Excellent. MD42 in the center. Ambulance for up there for Ashablois, right healing. And we got Telemines as well here for Giap. The Telemine. So named because they look like a teller or a plate in German, because teller means plate. Go figure. They do look like plates. Then his big shot bits for the Pathfinder's Ralph scored here. Morty joining in here for Ashablois. Bombarding the machine gun position. On his route, Lieutenant flanking in here. Giap can soon go for veteran school. He goes for German infantry. Otherwise, again, what he's planning then is a bit unclear. Like to make another company match going to be up next here. Grenadiers routed here as Ashablois once more strikes for the full fury of democracy. And there you go, Minesweeper spots the Telemine and easily disarm it. Unfortunately for Giap, but certainly good foresight there by Ashablois. Then he's engaging the Lieutenant. The Pathfinder's got one kill on the Pathfinder squad, but they're also veterans who won. Like to make another company almost done. I'm guessing we're seeing an armored carrier for Giap. Mortar caught with the Grenadiers though. Giap quickly sends an opportunity to do some damage. There we go. One mortar crewman dead. Ashing's not retreating here hard. The Reds are going to suffer a wipe here, but it might select to do that, but it's not going to matter. Ooh, does get the wipe, but again, it's so close to the base that realistically Giap has some easy chances of getting. Like his best bet right now would be to call in a Stormtrooper squad, throw down a smoke grenade, and then undercover the smoke haul away with a mortar, which, I mean, even that timeline requires him to have sufficient manpower for the Stormtrooper squad to actually pop it in, and even then there's still like not any like buildings within a sufficient time span there for it to hit in time, so yeah. Anyways, armored card here for Giap, the 222, the like to punch Speerwagen. Ground northern points here. Giap has successfully pushed back Ashablois somewhat. Very good here for Giap. Mortar though has been recruited for freedom and democracy very easily and swiftly. Stuart light tank around there, the M5A1 Stuart light tank. Basically an upgraded version of the M3A1 Stuart light tank, which had non-sloped armor and also believe had a different engine. I think those were the major differences. Still rushing forward here, back to the mortar. Pathfinder squad joining in there, 2 kills. No upgrades for the Grenadiers yet, and no sign of German infantry. Bit unclear as to what Giap was planning versus Ashablois. We got the Stuart rushing forward here. Pack 40 almost done. Armored car punching away there. Some shot punching through the armor, others, well, not so much. Pack 40 almost done there for SturmtigerGiap and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers up north. Their points being seized. Very good there. Racing to the base here of Giap. Ashablois to a light tank. Hopes to get some kill in there and just further stress out Giap. Push him into perhaps making some mistakes or bad calls. Pack 40 though has arrived. The Panzer Abwehrkanone 40. Pioneers routed here as Lieutenant Radcliffe fired the retreating unit, completely cutting off north plus the other point. They're basically hitting both card points to deny Giap all of his resources, except for that point. Good play there by Ashablois, very nice aggressive. Medic bunker going up there for Giap in his base. Armored car doing what it can, but that is not too much against dug-in enemy. It's not quite where the armored car is particularly great. It's better when you can outmaneuver them, hit them from, you know, where the carbon bonus isn't applying or when they're out in the open. Medics on the way there. M1 anti-tank on the way. The flash of blood help deal with the anti-tanker plus any potential armor Giap could be planning here. I doubt though he's rushing out for that. And I doubt he'll be rushing anytime soon because again Ashablois will soon have both fuel points rendered neutral, and even then, which makes of course even harder then for Giap to just reconnect them. So a lot of back and forth here, a lot of great action. 50 cal being airdropped for the Ashablois, suddenly ordering in a lot there. Nothing bad in that. It's just actually not too common to see players make sort of aggressive use of it like that. But that is one of the strengths of Airborne. So thumbs up, that's Ashablois. Could of course consider some weapon racks or maybe grenades. Going for the southern field point around the reactions with the mines who can't really resist the grenades even remotely. Pathfinder sending watch over the centre. And up here, Stuart light tank keeping the Germans a bit at bay for some time. Pathfinder's getting a nice kill on the MD42 crew. Mortar moving up. grab the southern fuel point here. Could be risked here. The mortar could get swarmed by something. Cleared up north. The armored car backing up Pioneer Squad there. Of course, there's still the issue of the Stuart light tank. And the Pack 40's down here, so can't actually easily move in to deal with that. Rearm exposed to the armored car. Luckily for Ashablois, the shots didn't really hit or do much damage. Panzerfaust definitely did a bit of work there. They found the Sinister Holiday Info to point blank range. He definitely needs to get that lieutenant out there fast, otherwise that lieutenant's going to get hosed because at point blank range the MD-42 does some incredible amounts of damage. Ralph's coming to flank it, Grenadiers will try and deal with it up north here. There's slow progress from Giap as he once more denies Ashablois access to their fuel. Ralph's got are blazing away in the south here, troops reinforcing healing. No sign of further tech here from Giap. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. 5th car crewed by the rear echelons. Stuart, they're getting hammered, the armored coming in. They almost got it, in fact. Yeah, in fact, there's a good chance it takes out. Yeah, we go before he does too much damage. Great kill there by Giap. Thumbs up. A well-handled 2 armored car is actually quite powerful. But it does require some good understanding of its weak points and strong points. And thus, how reliant it is on outmaneuvering your opponent. But if you can do it, it can be a real pain in the ass for your opponent. 5th coming up against the Grenadiers. Get guns right here by the Lieutenant. More to their flying way as well. Half-feet veterans he won. Grenadiers have pushed back as well. Intense back and forth here still. Giap could consider taking up soon. He should also really consider some veteran squad leaders or light machine guns on his Grenadiers here, because now Ashablois is starting to hand out those BARs to the men. And Giap goes for a sniper, a sharpshooter. Going to aim for some attritional warfare here versus Ashablois to plank out those armies. Interesting choice at this stage. Another 5th cal here for Ashablois. This time they're not called in by Air Force. But, rather just, hauled forward to the front line. Sniper almost down there for Giap and the German army. The 15th Panzer Grenadiers, who had been switched in from Sicily to the Western Front by 1944. Little fun fact there. Well, late 1944. It was in fact one of the few Panzer divisions to fight on the Western Front. Gunny's moving up towards the centre. Sniper on the move there. Entertaining there could get sniped. Move for the northern fuel point again. We do get light machine guns, so that pretty much shuts up German infantry. Normally they would have picked it by now. Had pretty much all the Grenadiers upgraded. So the question is then, is it fortified armour or is it German mechanized? Grenadiers right here with the rifle squad up north, and troops pushing forwards. I mean, if you sort of go by most common sense things, there's actually not like super strong indicators, like both, for example, have access to Panzertechnik and to the command tank. Like, the more arguing logic would probably mechanized because it has the house and not the elephant, which is just useless. Armored car trying to raid the base, and need to be careful though. Gotta get that anti-tank grenade. They could theoretically deal with the anti-tank gun there, which technically actually again performs better now the anti-tanks can take more damage from it, so it actually becomes a bit of a counter to it if you can outmaneuver it, which again an armored car technically can. So theoretically that does give the armored car some longevity here. Yeah, for Giap, I'm guessing then it's going to be German infantry. I mean, it could still go, well, I mean, German mechanized. It could still go for German infantry, by the way, but mechanized seems more likely. We shall see, of course, what Giap is playing at. Armed car then in pursuit, close to actually 2 Ralph squad going in for the kill here, and there's not a lot of infantry. Almost got the lieutenant, but looks like the lieutenant will get out of there. Armored car there, 7 kills, close to 2. Ground fighting for the sun, fuel operations routed. We got the 5th car in the centre, we got the mortar moving forward here as well. Veterans who won. And that's the end of the armoured car. Grenades will reach here by Ashablois. Thumbs up. Not just BARs, but pineapple grenades. Tech there for SturmtigerGiap. Very good. Ashablois, meanwhile, while they have been focusing heavily on upgrading the infantry, has yet to move up the tech tree. Ralph's caught here by the MD-42 and the sniper. A very painful combo, almost getting a wipe there on Ashablois' Rifle Squad. The centre 50 car there proving to, of course, be a significant obstacle for Giap. Pioneers moving ahead, they're going to get suppressed. Theoretically, could go for something like German mechanized just to throw down the smoke bombs, in which case the Pioneers could advance close without taking too much damage. Ooh, there we go, Rifle Grenade combined with the flamethrower. Still not quite working out there for Giap, which is great for Ashablois, but obviously not so great for Giap's infantry, which of course takes the brunt of it. Almost got the 5th car though with the flanking on his squad from the south here. Anti-tank moving in there. Guarded action in the end, very good there, but still needs more firepower in the centre to stop Ashablois from just pushing back. And there we go. We do in the end, as expected, get German Mechanized featuring the Mechanized Grenadier Group, smoke bombs, spotting scopes, the command tank, and the leichte Feldhaubitze 18. Pathfinder squad bar equipped with BARs to become the bar finders are routed. 5th Cavalry flying away there. Anti-tank going for the southern point, certainly indicating a bit of pressure there. Ashablois from Giap that is forcing Ashablois to commit the anti-tank into a slightly more risky manner like that. That does help that, for example, Giap doesn't have any artillery of his own. No mortars, nothing. Zip. Neither silch. Can't go for the Supremo Comp again, pushing out armor here versus his opponent. As for Ashablois, still no sign of attack there for the Americans. Rouse squad on the flank. Good maneuvering there by Ashablois again. Ashablois really just good at like finding weak spots and exploiting them. Grabbing northern point here. Back here. Giap going to set up Supremo Corps. We shall of course see what he rushes out here. Versus opponent. I mean, command tank could possibly one thing. Since it costs only slightly more than the Ostwind, but in the end has no build time, of course provides other bonuses. Of course, it's not very good versus aircraft, unlike the Ostwind, but if Giap's not concerned with the US Air Force, then you know the command tank could arguably said to be the superior choice. Supremo Corps there. Gefechtsbereit. There we go, command tank ready, and of course again can call it instantly without any worries about build time, which of course makes it very attractive. And there go, punished here with the anti-tank gun though. Can Giap further take advantage of this versus Ashablois, or will Ashablois claim that as so many other things? But there you go, Befehls Panzerkampfwagen 4 ramming here, based off an earlier model Panther 4, which were initially designed by the way as infantry support tank, with the Panther 3 then sort of be the tank meant to like take on other tanks. That didn't last long, and mostly because the Panther 3, of course, wasn't particularly like able to like upgrade with bigger guns, but also because the concept, like, you know, an anti-tank tank and such is perhaps just a bit silly. Anyways, 50 Cavalry out here with the Panther 4. Shot fired, moving forwards here. Got the anti-tank gun back. Very good there by Ashablois. Missed him to there by Giap. To, I think, be quite fair. We got 337 to 390. Ashablois having a little lead here with Giap. Bazooka's out there, Basil gliding across the floor. Not entirely sure what he's playing with there.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Got the Major halfway down there. Ashablois will go for some Shermans pretty fast. Anti-tank cleared up the command tank again. Now will they grab it or will they destroy it? Bazooka teams bring up the back up with the Barfinders. Machine nearby that can hit here with infantry. Very good. Making hardy if Ashablois going to support. There you go, grabs the anti-tank gun with the grenadiers. The command tank makes it a bit hard to easily cleared out. Then again, if they just focus it down, it's going to take a bit of effort to get it back to safety. But no, apparently it works out, and we do see a unit getting wiped out somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. Oh, up north, looks like a BAR was dropped, in fact. We'll have to see if Giap realizes that. 5th Cavalry are moving up forward, coming the command tank to deal with that. 1 kill so far. Sniper Delta firing. We've got 13 kills in the sniper so far. Major ready. Manpower though is being a bit of a significant issue for Ashablois at the moment. Back here, reinforcing heal, and of course got the M1 anti-tank gun reinforcing heal as well. Command tank could do with some light repairs. Going for the southern fuel point. Thumbs up there to Giap. Machine gun being hauled centerwards. Up north, going to do some watch here. And there you go, M1 anti-tank ready to serve the German army. Oh, it's a bit of chicken Basil's playing with. He likes to play with his food, as most cats like to do. Last course, they're going to use here. Sniping northwards. Anti-tank is ready to support the command tank in a case of sudden armor surprise here from Ashablois. Engaging a big push from Ashablois in the north. Giap, ill prepared for this, is quickly forced to concede ground here in the face of Ashablois. Assault here. Bazooka team's backing up quite nicely. Sniper doing what he can, but it is just not enough to remove the momentum here from Ashablois' attack, which just powers through as Giap collapses like, I don't know, something that collapses very easily with a bit of prodding. Gunny's running about. A drunk man on a trampoline. There we go. Anyways, M43 Sherman tank on the way there for Ashablois. 5th cal sitting up there. Pathfinders or Barfinders nearby. Gonna do what they can here. Almost all squads will upgrade the light machining. Just one to go here. Just one to go. Be equipped with the LMG 42. Giap going for tier 4. As always, not a big fan of that one. Not a big fan of that one. Major moving in there. Giap, they've still got fairly good map control here versus Ashablois, but of course, need to be careful. One mistake, then Ashablois could just punish him hard. Rifle grenade on the mortar there. Good kill. Half the mortar crew just explodes into fine red mist.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Moves around the 5th cal, the Major. By flank, very good there by Giap. And there you go. Sherman tank ready here for Ashablois for freedom, democracy. Going for the southern field with those 2 rifle squads, very good. Germans exploiting now the gap made in the north. As Ashablois then exploits the gap made in the south. Very exploitative plays. And there you go, heavy Panzer Corps, aka the Stalingrad Corps. Pathfinder's 50 cals there, we got the Zug team ready. Mortar as well, the 2 kills, veteran T2. Sherman there with ease, riding the Grenadiers. No mercy shown. Fifth cal flying away, the Bazooka team moving in there. Right past the outhouse, and there you go. One rocket goes through, the other one misses. Mortified there in the 50, or the MG42 in the south. We've got Rascal with the fuel point T getting fired at by the Grenadiers. Giap's lines are a bit extended, and there's no artillery support from it again. I really feel like Giap would go benefit a lot from a mortar, maybe even 2 here. Versus Ashablois, of course, at this rate, he's likely going to end up with a Panzerwerfer instead. You got him, Pathfinders on the fire from the MG42, pops him in up rounds. Ooh, sniper wiped by the mortar. Talk about a hit. Ralph's got pushed off the southern fuel point here. In fact, neither fuel point is now in control of either player. Giap is forced to slightly concede ground once more under Ashablois' combined arms attack. Thumbs up to Ashablois there. We'll have to see what they go for here. Could it be the Storm Panzer? Could it be a Panther here from Giap versus Ashablois? 4 kills on the command Panzer 4. Gunners on fire from the Sherman. Up north, they're going to scream from Northern Fuel. Sherman moving in, opening up the Grenadiers. Double anti-tank hits in the Sherman, pushing down to half health. Vessel once more savagely attacking the lone piece of chicken. No mercy displayed by this ravenous killer beast. Fixing up the Sherman. Could go for another one soon. Could also go for more artillery. A few options open there for Ashablois. Doors that could be pried open. In the name of freedom. Pioneers almost close to the ace level there. Major moving straight to line of fire. They're taking quite the beating there from the Pioneers with a flamethrower and a BAR. They are quite ugly opponents to get up close with. From north here, fighting for the northern field play continues between Ashablois and Giap. Giap's lines are a bit more exposed. We've got the Sherman in there, plus another Sherman away there for Ashablois. Very good. Thumbs up. As for Giap, the heavy Panzer Corps remains as silent as the grave. Sorry about that hiccup. And that one. Sherman rolling ahead here, engaging the Grenadiers, pushing them back. Command tank. Oh, got away on the 5th cal. Very great there for Giap's command tank. Thumbs up. Especially using the flanking, doing some nice damage. Fun fact about the Sherman, it actually had one interesting feature, which was its hatches were spring-loaded, meaning in an emergency you could just easily pop them out and get out of the tank, which is actually quite the handy feature. Compared to German hatches, I don't think any issues. In most cases, though, I think the hatches on the Panther, for example, are actually rather poorly positioned. In some cases, it could be very difficult for the crew to get out. Meanwhile, say hatches on the T-34 had a tendency of jamming, which is the last thing you want to happen in a fight and you need to get out your tank, for example, if things go wrong. So, little fun fact there. Machine gun wiped out there. Good kill for Ashablois. Sherman running about. He could add a 50 cal on top. He's taking a hit here. Close to being wiped out. Need to be careful with those gunneers and loss here. I think would be a bit difficult for Giap to deal with. We do get the Sturmpanzer 4, even as Ashablois having multiple tanks. Giap sticks to the Sturmpanzer 4, and when they already got the command tank. I mean, obviously, it's not like the Panther's going to be an amazing choice either, but I think the Panther would be at least a slightly better choice. You know, just going for Panzer Force Stoogs. Looks like the supporting team did get snuffed out here. There we go. 50 cal with extended by the gems. There you go. Pineapple grenade off. Good throw there. Sturmpanzer halfway down there for Giap and for the German army. Sherman's running about here. Giap machine straight for line of fire with the two Shermans. Counts as the Sturmpanzer once Giap realizes that it's actually two Shermans and run just one that's really fast, I guess. So there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5. Mortar under fire from the Befehls Panzerkampfwagen 4. Directed here on the command tank. Pathfinder drop going up in the anti-tank and could clear it out here. South side being gobbled up by Ashablois once more, again realizing that Giap's force is heavily dominant in the north. The south, of course, thus being open. Ash is quick to explore that. 2 thumbs up to Ashablois. Really good skill to have. Panther almost ready here for SturmtigerGiap and the German army. Ashablois could go for another Sherman at this point. Could also go for Jackson if there's certainly concern about the Panther. Pathfinders here. Barfind being qualified with the gunners and the heavy machine gun team. Noting now all gunners have equipped with the LMG-42. Against being hammered there by both Shermans. Veterans 1 getting one up for the radio net bonus. Gunner is routed, and there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 out there for SturmtigerGiap. Also, fun fact about the Panther, its turret was actually fairly relatively jammed. You actually didn't have a lot of room to like load the gun. And if the Model F had gone through, which had an even more narrow and smaller turret, it would have been even more difficult to load the gun of the Panther. So technically, the Panther Model F turret there had a stronger frontal armor. I think it was also better designed for command vehicle, but it was incredibly cramped and not very comfortable. North Gunners was the Sherman. Giap finally going for a mortar here. Better late than never. Could have certainly benefited from one much sooner here versus Ashablois. Pinwheel machine almost ready here for the Panther. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. South side here we got Major Graham the Southern Point. Bazooka find the Panther. Northeast Sherman then getting the MD-42. Pathfinder's there from the command tank. Closing in eventually too. Nice kill there. Pathfinder's every time taking some beatings here from the command tank. But Giap's have lost a lot of ground here to Ashablois. Need to switch up the tactics here. Versus Ashablois need to catch Ashablois significantly off guard and deliver some crushing hits. Also, of course, Ashablois now has the P-47 rocket strafe ready, which could further cause some grief and harm here to Giap and the 15th Panzergunner Division, which I'm fairly certain did not have access to Panthers. Like, technically, there were a few Panzergunner divisions that did get access to Panthers, but those were mostly because Panzer Brigades and other sort of type of armor formation were actually like being, well, disbanded, in which case the Sun had a bunch of Panthers, which could go to stuff like Panzergunner divisions. Fun fact. Anyway, Southern Point being seized with the 2 Grenadier squads. Grab the Northern Point. The southeast Sherman going straight for the Grenadiers, other Grenadier squad nearby. Nasty hit the guns to pick up, quickly crushed here with the Sherman. There you go, quick retreat there. And opening up M1 in particular. This is quite dangerous for Ashablois Sherman. Almost losing the Sherman here. Oh, narrow getaway here for Ashablois. Narrow, but nonetheless getting away here. Of North Sherman disengaging in the face of the Panther. Not that the Panther's really been doing a lot of direct damage. He's got like 1 kill and that's about it. Ashablois going for the M36 Jackson tank destroyer. We've got 263 versus 315. More Grenadiers for Giap hits, replace the ones lost. Panther Grenadiers I think will be a great addition, but that's just me. Got the German Grenadier in action here. Hoping to hit something though with limited luck. Bradford taking a hit from the command tank, which is getting ever closer to Veteran 2. And this shuts them. Bazooka fire there failed to penetrate the Panther 4 or hit for that matter. In the other case with the other rocket. Anti-tank is being hauled northwards, going to move towards the centre. 5th Company Grenadiers, pretty bad place to be caught by 2 50 cals in fact. Racing routed by the command tank, very close to there, 19 kills, motion up north here. Ashablois continues to have good map control versus Giap, who is struggling to, well, you know, turn around here. Jackson almost down there for Ashablois. Command tank racing straight for the mortar team here. Great hit, they almost got it wiped. In fact, almost Veggie 3, and there you go. Oh, the Veggie 2, I mean, that's nonsense saying it's almost Veggie 3, but there you go. Veggie 2 gains Schützen added, which does increase its armor, also its interpretation. So it should be a bit tougher here for Ashablois. Well, tanks to deal with, but not so much the tank destroyer, which doesn't really care about that extra bit of armor. Panther's got 2 kills, but it's still not really making much of a splash here versus Ashablois. 5th go back to get flanked with the Grenadiers. Major nearby, calling some artillery here if they wanted to shut things. Of course, might be keeping the missions open for P-40 and rocket strafes and other stuff. Anti-tank being caught here with the rifle squad being pushed back. 5th coming in as well here. Armor almost fixed up. Jackson at the ready. Almost got a potential, I think, to get the anti-tank crew wiped out, but no, does haul his way back to safety and avoiding destruction in the hands of Ashablois. In the center, Grenadiers ground the point here, still upgrades for them. And routed with the 5th gun, the Pathfinders. 16 kills, ace level, very good. Fixing up the command tank, the Panther is holding back up north. Giap is not really gaining a lot of utility out of it, a lot of usage for that matter at all. And it's being swarmed with the rifle squad to the center on the south German, going for the Grenadier squad, quickly flank them so they don't get the card bonus. Still misses, bit awkward, most of the course is moving. And there you go, Grenadiers routed. Panther 4 arriving, we got 24 kills on that one, Veggie 2, 26. Got the Ace Pioneers of the Flame from BAR doing some nasty damage there, go directly on the command tank by the Jackson and the Shem, pushing down to half health here. Rav squad being slowly murdered up by the Pioneers, but in the end they do overcome the Pioneers. We got 239 to 309. Giap really needs to do something drastic, and well, they obviously do something on that Panther as well. I would recommend just Panther Force or Stooks here now to back up the rest of the armor. I think would put pressure on Ashablois with that. Another Panther would, I think, be... I mean, theoretically could work out, but it still require a lot of time there, you know. They still end up backfiring. Grabbing the southern point to the Major, the 5th cal, the Sherman move again. Worth noting that Sherman has not been upgraded with an additional 5th cal. We still got the P-47s at ready, but so far Ashablois is not pulling the trigger on that one. Continues to keep it ready, just in case, perhaps. Just in case. Pathfinders here. Pathfinders being pushed back here as Giap pushes through the center and the south here. Then it's been caught here by the Sherman, the 5th cal. Quickly routed with ease. No mercy displayed here, of course, by Ashablois. An efficient killing machine here in service of democracy. Okay. Scott on the way there for Ashablois from Mortalia versus Giap. Great. Giap still... I think it's looking like another Panther, to be honest. If they have the population for it. Which they don't. Ugh. So they should probably just go for something else. Like a Stug right now, I think, be fairly helpful. But looks like Giap is very much married to the idea of another Panther here, meaning they won't be getting any more armor out when they desperately need more armor. As Ashablois just keeps hammering away here at Giap. And just exploiting weaknesses, exploiting gaps, and just punching and needling and stabbing. Showing forwards. There's the mortar there. Almost got it. Scott moving forwards. Panther moving towards the center here. There we go. P-47 unleashed here on Giap and the German army. Sherman caught here by the Panther. Rest of the armor force rushing from the North Scott, remaining course to support, but not chatting enough for the Panther, so going to do nothing. Panther managed to miss. Sherman do nothing. Miss again. Jacking caught here by the anti-tank guns, though. Nice of it, backed up the command tank. We got 200 points left here for Giap. That's Ashablois for 309. North here, Giap also making good progress for Ashablois, getting some kills and some wipes in there. Very good. BAR left behind. Gunny's advancing. Gunny's grabbing the left behind weapon there. Giap just putting a lot of resources right now, which is great for Ashablois. Because it's not like Giap can't go for things, so he's effectively just not pushing Ashablois more than he could. That said, he does manage to push back Ashablois, but that said, Ashablois wants more sense of weakness up north here, overwhelms the isolated units here, and possibly get some wipes, of course, would be great here for Ashablois. There you go, machine crew down, leaving Giap now with no machine guns. Also now his flanks being exposed here. Could get outmaneuvered here and could lose the anti-tank guns possibly. Command tank left over the front line there you go, engaged with the Jackson head on. Barfinders in the fire here, Panther moving forwards. Could risk getting hit by some nasty things there if Giap is not careful. Almost 1,000 manpower here, backing off the Panther, the command tank. 50 cal could put more pressure on. We got the anti-tanks there. Also, I think the force reposition. Need to grab the northern victory point, probably with the major. Almost got the Gunneers here. 50 coming on the west side. We got 197 to 273. Ash just got the armor assembled for perhaps another push here versus Giap, who's being pushed back all the way to the base. At least retreating all the way back to the base. We got Giap here with a Panzerwerfer. Oh, Pany's here. Caught by the grenade. Nothing too extensive, but still suffers a single kill here. And grabbing the northern point here. Machine gun set up to deal with any German counterattacks. More pioneers as well there for Giap. Certainly necessary. Just caught here by the MG42. Ace and Mortar at the ready. Jackson there, good to go as well. Reasons advancing, spotting the tiller mine there. Thumbs up to Ashablois. Got another P47 rocket straight ready here versus Giap. $193 versus 257. Going for Northern Victor Point with the Grenadier. One more to fire here on Giap's forces. In the center. Oh, mortar caught here by the rifle squad and wiped out. A stinging blow there to Giap. Got the Panther flying away here. Unleashing a ton of rockets here at Ashablois positions. Doing some light damage, but no kills. Almost got veterans won though, which is kind of impressive. But without any kills, it could be better. Rifle squad, whoops, holding the line here. Pioneers pushing forwards. Crewing the mortar, being caught here by the 5th cal. Command tank charging up north here. Pant showing to deal with the Gunneers here. Armored car is still abandoned. No one's picked it up or destroyed it either. That is definitely a bit of a surprise there. Great hit on the Panther there by the Jackson tank destroyer. Swing for the south here. Command tank mortar in trouble here as Ashablois strikes in the center. Could leave Giap's northern forces cut off and perhaps an easy target here for a great push by Ashablois. Hitting a mine up. Oh, getting Panthers up north, not hitting a mine. Going for the carp on there. Go another P47 rocket straight called in here by Giap. Or by Ashablois right outside Giap's base. That could even get awkward here for Giap, but there you go. Panther holding him down. He's got the anti-tank being caught in the P47 straight there. And there you go. Panther almost knocked out there. Almost knocked out, but barely survives with this level of health here. Machine gun firing at the infantry. Command tank rushing forwards. Rifle squad, power plants firing with there. Got one of the anti-tank guns. Command tank taking heavy damage here. Panther pulling back into the base here. P-fighting going for the command tank. Nope. Going for the Panther inside the base. Taking out Giap's Panzer Camp 5 and 5. Infantry getting hammered with the Scott. Rockets raining down the base. Causing further damage and perhaps a few extra kills from that. Giap surrenders. A loss here for Germany. A victory for Ashablois. And another thing, highlight just, Tier 4 just isn't very good. It just does not pack enough firepower. I think if Giap just gone for more stuff in the Suprema Core, actually gone for something from it, I think he'd been in a much better position. Plus, he'd have gone for an earlier mortar. Ashablois, they also say played quite well. And that obviously was also a factor, and not just Giap going for Tier 4, but Ashablois played quite well. I was able to sense gaps and mistakes and exploit them quite well. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Linking. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.